Today, I am going to explain the Anicca, the concept of Anicca according to the Buddhism. Before starting, I would like to thank Buddhist Maha Vihara Sasanabhi Society for inviting me to give this Dhamma talk. In next days, I would like to explain another two main facts named as Dukkha and Anatta. It means in this Dhamma talk series, I would like to explain the three characteristics which is very important to us to attain final goal or Nibbana. First of all, I give the meaning of the verse recited by me in the beginning. Sabbe sankhara anicchati yada panyaya passati atanibbindati dukkhe esa maggo visuddhiya. If one understand with his wisdom the nature of all the things, especially all the formations. Sabbe sankhara means all the formations, all the things. As impermanent, they are impermanent things. Then he will clearly understand the reality of the life and the world and also the birth cycle. Yada panyaya passati. He should see these factors with his wisdom. It means with deep knowledge. Atha nibbindati dukkhe. Atha means then. Dukkhe nibbindati. He will disgust in the suffering, understanding the reality. Esa maggo visuddhiya. This is the path to the liberation, emancipation or Nibbana. Let's see the meaning of the word Anicca. Here is the etymology. The adjective Anicca, impermanent, is derived from the negative prefix a plus nicca. Nicca means permanent. A means not. A nicca, not permanent. Anicca means not permanent. The Paramattha Manjusa, the commentary to the Visuddhimagga, and Purana Tika, one of the commentaries to the Abhidhammatta Sangaha, agree that because it denies everlastingness, it is not permanent, thus it is impermanent. Na nicchanti aniccham. That is the definition of this word. Na nicchanti aniccham. Anicca means not permanent. Sanskrit word is anitya. Pali word anicca. There are three kinds of illusions which are connected to the human beings. They are vipallasa or viparyasa in Sanskrit. Sanya vipallasa, chitta vipallasa and ditti vipallasa. Illusion of perception. Then chitta vipallasa means illusion of thoughts. Ditti vipallasa means illusion of views. People are having different kinds of wrong views, wrong thoughts, and wrong feelings. When we see the world, when we see the society, we can see some people are having wrong understanding, wrong views. That is explained. If someone is working without considering the world order, sometimes they are solving extraordinary wrong situations in their life. For example, some people have educated much, they are full of knowledge, but their ideas are very confused. They are explaining something which are not correct. They have passed lots of examinations. Sometimes they are holding PhD degrees. They use some words which are not connected to the conventional world or other higher spiritual world. Because of these wrong concepts, Ditti Vipallasa or Chitta Vipallasa or Sanya Vipallasa, three common features of all Dhammas can be seen in this world. They are named as Uppada, Thiti, Bhanga. When we think about the impermanence of all the things, just we have to take these three words. Uppada means arising. Thiti means existing. Bhanga means ceasing. In each and every objects and beings, we can see these three features: arising, or else getting birth, then living or existing. Even trees, even other beings, they are living for a few years. Then vanish, face to the death. Even you and me, we are facing to the death. That is called bhanga. Even our thoughts face into these three kind of features. Thoughts are rising, then remaining or existing, after that vanish. How many thoughts are coming into the mind? In a day time, we are getting thousands of thoughts coming, existing and ceasing. The trees are growing. After a few years, they also will vanish. This is the nature of all the phenomenon things in the world. Buddha explained these three factors in many suttas. When we think about the impermanence condition in all the beings and all the things, we can refer the word of the Buddha. This is the last word of the Buddha. In Pali, it is thus: Handadani bhikkhave amantayami vo vayadamma sankhara apamadena sampadeta. Well, now, bhikkhus, my counsel is, all conditional things are of a nature to decay, bring about completion by being heedful. Buddha wanted to encourage his disciples, don't waste time. No time to waste. Everything will vanish, even your life. You have to work on the Dhamma to reach final goal, to end this birth cycle. or else we will get birth again and again. In many suttas it is explained that there are two kinds of seeds which are cause for the birth cycle. Seeds of cravings. One thing is seeds of cravings which are stored in our mind for thousands of lives in this birth cycle. We have increased, we have developed cravings birth by birth. They are in our mind, in our subconsciousness, stored as seeds. There is another seed, it's called karma bija, the seeds of karma or actions. Those seeds are giving birth again and again in this birth cycle. Karma bija and kilesa bija. You can remember these two Pali lines. Karma bija, the seeds of karma or actions. Kilesa bija means the seeds of cravings. Buddha wanted to make the minds of his disciples to practice his great doctrine. In his last word, he said, Vaya Dhamma Sankhara. Sankhara, see the red colored words. Vaya Dhamma Sankhara. Sankhara means formations, all the things, conditional things. I will explain the meaning of Sankhara. There are different meanings in this word. Sankhara has got one meaning, the causes which are connected to the birth cycle. In Pali, hetu phala, the cause and effects in the theory of dependent origination, Paticca Samuppada, it is explained, cause and effect. Every actions are dependent on the causes. Cause and effect are connected to each other. So, sankhara means the cause which are producing births in this birth cycle. That's one of the sense. The other sense is connected to the five aggregates. In that place, sankhara means the thoughts. Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. There are five aggregates, as you all know. The sankhara means thoughts. Then there's another meaning. Avidya pacchaya sankhara. Sankhara pacchaya vijnana. In that place, merits, demerits, and other powerful things which are giving births in birth cycle. Punya bisankhara, apunya bisankhara, anenja bisankhara. There are three kinds of sankharas: merits, demerits, and other jhanas. Arupavachara jhanas are named as sankhara. They are producing the birth cycle. You see, Vayadhamma sankhara, Kayadhamma sankhara, Anicca sankhara. There are many expressions which are recited by the Buddha. In those places, especially mentioned the causes. And when we say Anicca sankhara, definitely all the formations are face into the impermanence condition. So, anicca vata sankhara, all the things which are in this world, including sun, moon, rocks, big rocks and earth. All those things are named as sankhara. They are caused to the death, vanish. Vaya dhamma sankhara also same, decaying. Moment by moment they are decaying. Vaya dhamma sankhara. In Mahaparinibbana Sutta it is explained in this manner. That is the last word of the Buddha. Handadani bhikkhave amantayamivo vaya dhamma sankhara. Appamadena sampadeta means without delay you have to work for the liberation, final goal or nibbana. Now I have taken a verse appeared in Dhammapada. Achirang vatayang kayo pataving adhisesati chuddho apeta viññāno nirattang va kalingarang. The meaning is, alas, before long will this body lay upon the ground, discarded and devoid of consciousness, like a worthless log. After a few years, we will die. Our body becomes a useless thing, similar to a log, dry wood. Sometimes the dry wood can be used to make fire, but our body, no use. It is sometimes harmful to others. You know, in Sri Lanka, people are using the ashes of the body to do wrong effects to the other people. They chant to the ashes of the human body and throw in front of the houses or put inside the houses, making bad influences. So this ashes of this body is harmful to the people. I think in Malaysia it's not like that. They are not doing like those activities. When we think about other beings, we can use their skin, their bones, or their nails for other useful activities. But human body cannot be used for any useful activity. Sometimes the medical students are using to understand the real nature of the body, no other usage. This verse was recited by the Buddha in front of a monk. There was a monk called Tissa. He diligently meditated and had many students, but then he was afflicted with a disease. Small boils appeared all over his body, and then big sores developed from them. Later, sores burst, emitting pus and blood. His robes became dirty and stinky. The monks called him Puti Gatta Tissa. Puti means rot. Gatta means body, rot body. His original name is Tissa. His body was damaged because of those wounds and produced bad smell. The monks didn't want to reach to him, gave up, abandoned. This with stinking body, they kept away from him. Even his pupils abandoned him, and nobody would go near him. The Buddha saw his sorrowful state, so that he would soon die, but that he could also attain arahantship very quickly. So the Buddha went to the place where the Tissa was living. He boiled some water, went to the monk's room and started to carry him out. Other monks also gathered and helped him to carry the sick Thera out. Earlier they didn't come. After coming Buddha, those monks also came, because Buddha will blame to those monks. You have abandoned this Tissa Thera because of his disease. It is no good. Buddha always encouraged the monks, you have to treat patients well. It is an offering of Buddha. Yo gilanang upattheti, so upattheti mang iti. If someone helps to the sick person, it is a great Buddha puja, great offering to the Buddha. Buddha appreciated. They bathed him and washed his robes. After taking the bath, the monk became fresh in body and mind. He developed one-pointedness and concentration. The Buddha then related this verse, Achirang Matayang Kayo, as I recited earlier. And Thera Tissa became an arahant immediately. After hearing that verse, Putigatta Tissa Thera became an arahant. Sometimes we will think, this kind of person who had got luck to become arahant also became a sick one. Why it happened like that? That is the nature of the body. That is the nature. Even Buddha faced to such kind of sickness conditions. This body is connected to the previous births. Kammaja, Sarira. Once Ananda Thera, Venerable Ananda, asked to the Buddha, Venerable Sir, you have got lots of miracle powers. You can fly in the sky. You can walk on the water. You can create different kinds of forms. You have got a very big mind power, spiritual power. But you are sometimes getting sick. Why you can't control it? Venerable Ananda asked. At that time Buddha said, Ayang kayo purana kammanam palang vipako. This body is a result of previous kammas. My body was not liberated. Only my mind was liberated. See the answer. Body was not liberated. The mind was liberated. Became Buddha. Mind became Buddha. This body will face to various kinds of illnesses and difficulties. It will decay time to time, day by day. Finally, Buddha explained to the monks, my body is similar to an old cart, bullock cart. Now the parts are very old. This is the nature of the body. After that, Buddha advised to the monks, you have to support the sick people. Don't abandon them. Sometimes in your family, there may be a completely sick person. Don't abandon him. Don't neglect him. You have to look after. It is a great Buddha puja. Similar to the offering flowers and other things to the Buddha. More than value those actions. Meritorious. And you also will experience in this birth cycle. When you are sick, others will support you. Others will treat you. As elders, we have to support to the sick people. Then our children will see, oh, he is supporting to sick persons. I also should do like that. I also have to follow that kind of action. They get some example from elders. All the formations are impermanent. When the Buddha had passed away, Sakka, the chief of the gods, uttered the following verse: Anicca sankhara uppadavaya dhammino uppajjitva nirujjanti tesang upasamo sukho. Can you recite with me loudly? Anicca sankhara uppadavaya dhammino uppajjitva nirujjanti tesang upasamo sukho. In Sri Lanka, we are reciting this verse in every funeral ceremony. We go to the funeral places and we recite. Here also same, I think. Same. What's the meaning of this verse? Impermanent are all component things. They rise and cease. That is their nature. They come into being and pass away. Release from them is bliss supreme. This verse can see in many suttas. Mahaparinibbana Sutta Digha Nikaya and Mahasudassana Sutta also can see. There are many other places which are given this verse. Another very popular verse is here. Pujemi buddhang kusumena nena punyena metena labhami mokkhaṃ puppang milayati yatha idang me kayo tathayati vinasa bhavam. This is the verse to offer flowers to the Buddha. I offer you, Lord Buddha, these flowers. May this virtue aid in my emancipation. Our bodies undergo decay, even as these flowers must fade. When we offer flowers to the Buddha, we have to consider this meaning. We offer very beautiful flowers, full of fragrance, perfumed things. Even these beautiful and fragrant flowers are phased into the decay, day by day, fading, getting sometimes black color or another color, and fallen down the petals of the leaves or flowers. This is the nature, falling one by one. When we see very beautiful rose flower, which are grown by us, we will have a craving on that rose flower. Oh, this is the rose plant which I have grown for a few years. Oh, it has delivered a very beautiful and big flower, rose flower. How much beautiful this. We close to that flower, see it with pleasure. And also we smell it. Oh, it has got a very good smell. Rose, fragrance of rose, very good. We call upon the relatives, our family members, come and see. Here we can see a very big rose flower planted by me, that rose plant. I am so happy. See it, enjoy. If you are wise, you will not see you will not experience like that. After reaching to the rose plant, seeing the rose flower, you will think it is blooming now. It has bloomed now. From this moment, it is decaying, fading, day by day. Finally, it will vanish. It will face to the end. This is the nature of this rose flower. With that idea, with the wisdom, you see the impermanence of that beautiful rose flower. Do you see like that? No. Mostly we are having pleasurable thoughts on those kinds of beautiful things. When we hear music, when we hear to a very attractive words, when we experience good smell, or when we taste a good food, delicious food, we don't think about the impermanence. Just we taste and enjoy. But according to the Buddhism, we should not cling on those things. While we are experiencing these things, we are thinking Anicca, impermanence. That is the way to the Nibbana, path to the Nibbana. Wisdom. See the red-colored lines. Our bodies undergo decay, even as these flowers must fade. The way of Vipassana thinking. Read this paragraph. Rupang bhikkhave aniccham yadaniccam tan dukkham yan dukkham tadanatta yadanatta tam netang mama nesohamasmi nameso attati evametang yathabhutang sammappaññāya datthabbang evametang yathabhutang sammappaññāya passato cittang virajyati vimucchati anupadāya asavehi. Very meaningful paragraph. Rupam means this form, this body. Oh monks, this body is impermanent. Aniccham. Yadaniccam tan dukkham. If there is something which are having impermanent condition, it is producing the suffering. You should not cling on those things which are facing to the impermanency. If you cling on those things, it will produce the suffering. It is very clear. When we live in this society, we cling on various kinds of persons, thinking about the relationship or any other connections. We cling on them. Even to the things. Think about this cup. Now I think this cup belongs to me. I am drinking water. It is for me. So it will fall down. After that, the pieces will be scattered on the earth. Then what happened to me? Oh, my glass, my cup was broken. I will suffer. Because in early period, I thought it's mine. I cling on this cup. Therefore, it produced the suffering in my mind. This is the nature. Here Buddha explained, if it is impermanent, you should not catch them as your own. If you catch them as your own, it will produce a pain, suffer. If someone die in your family, you will cry. Oh, my mother passed away, my father passed away, my daughter, my son passed away. You start to cry because of the relationship and the craving. You thought he is your own one, she is your own one. Then it produced the suffering. Yan dukkhan tadanatta. If it is impermanent, if it is producing suffering, why I take it as my own thing? No use. Don't take it as your own. Yadaniccang tan dukkhaṃ yan dukkhaṃ tadanatta. It is connected to each facts. We should not cling on those things. In red colored words say, Netam mama nesohamasmi na meso atta. Mama means mine. Na etam mama, this is not mine. It is not my object. Nesohamasmi na eso aham asmi. This is not I. Aham means I. Na eso aham asmi. This is not I. Na meso atta. This is not myself. This is not myself. Na meso atta. These three lines are very important. Netang mama, nesohamasmi, na meso atta. Eva metang yatha bhutan sammappanyaya dattabhang. In this manner, we have to see the things in a real way. Yatha bhutam, real manner. As they are. As they are, we have to see. Eva metang yatha bhutan sammappanyaya passato. In this manner, if someone sees, he chittang virajyati vimucchati. He will not have craving on those things. You know, viraga. Raga means attachment. Viraga means detachment. We don't attach to those things. Vimucchati. His mind becomes a liberated one. Vimucchati. Anupadaya asavehi. He will not produce cravings furthermore. Because he is thinking everything is impermanent, producing suffering, can't take them as my own soul. So the cravings are not producing in our mind because of that wisdom. Buddha wanted us to learn this fact. Rupang aniccang, Vedana anicca, Sanya anicca, Sankhara anicca, Vijnanam anicca. Here the other aggregates also mention Rupam, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. Rupa means form, Vedana means feelings, Sanya means signs. Do you know Sanya? Through our sense organs, we get Rupa Sanya, Saddha Sanya, Gandha Sanya, Rasa Sanya, Pottabha Sanya. Through our eye we see the pictures, Rupa Sanya. When we see a picture, we think, oh, it is impermanent. It is producing suffering. It is selfless. We should not take as self. Should not cling on pictures through our eye. And also Saddha Sanya means the signs connected to the ear. Saddha Sanya. When we experience a sound, we think, oh, it is anicca, dukkha, anatta. I should not cling on this sound. In this manner, Sanya we have to understand sankhara, as I explained earlier, the thoughts coming and going, they are not staying in our mind permanently. Coming and going, rising and ceasing, impermanence is there. If I cling on those thoughts, it produces suffering. It produces suffering. And also I have to think it is selfless. We should not take those objects, those thoughts as my own, as myself. It is explained here. Rupang aniccan sankhatam paticca samuppadam kaya dhammam vaya dhammam viraga dhammam nirodha dhammam. The form is dependent on the causes. This rupa is dependent on the causes. Kaya dhammam, it is decaying. Vaya dhammam, it is vanishing. Viraga dhammam, I should not cling on these forms. Viraga, raga means attach. Viraga means not attach. Detachment. Nirodha dhammam, I have to leave from these forms. I have to leave. Let them pass. Don't cling on them. This is the advice of the Buddha. Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana, all these things are having same conditions. Vipassana Panya is called insight meditation. The 5 aggregates monks are anicca, impermanent, whatever is impermanent, this is dukkha. Unsatisfactory, whatever is dukkha, that is without atta, self. What is without self, that is not mine. That I am not, that is not myself. Thus, should it be seen by perfect wisdom. Sammapanyaya. Sammapanya means perfect wisdom. As it really is. Who sees by perfect wisdom, as it really is, his mind, not grasping, is detached from craving. He is liberated. Samyutta Nikaya. If we want to reach to the final goal or liberation, we have to understand this reality, or else we can't reach. If we develop this idea in our mind, the cravings will be vanished. New cravings will not be originated. No more life, no more birth cycle. We have to follow that path. Iti ajjhattang va kaye kayanupassi viharati. You know Satipatthana Sutta? In Satipatthana Sutta and many other suttas, we can see these lines. Let's recite together. Iti ajjhattang va kaye kayanupassi viharati bahiddha va kaye kayanupassi viharati ajjhatta bahiddha va kaye kayanupassi viharati. Internal and external. Ajjhatta means internal. Bahiddha means external. Now we consider the things which are internal are having these 3 kinds of characteristics. Anicca, dukkha, anatta. And also we think about external things, external persons, external objects as anicca, dukkha, anatta. And also both, ajjhatta, bahiddha. Sometimes we meditate taking both internal and external. One time you can take internal objects. You close your eyes and take a good posture as a meditator. Then you are thinking the impermanency of the internal things and suffering and selflessness of internal things. Then you turn your mind to outside, external objects and beings. All those external beings and objects are phase into impermanency. They are producing the suffering, and also I should not take them as my own self. In this manner, we take internal and external objects into the vipassana meditation. Then next line, samudaya dhammanupassiva kayasmin viharati vaya dhammanupassiva kayasmin viharati. He thinks samudaya means arising. Samudaya dhammanupassi. He is thinking about the arising of the various kinds of parts in the body. You know, in this moment, some things inside our body are growing, producing. Some parts are decaying. Because of having food and air, breathing, we produce some sections in our body which are vanished moment by moment. That is why we are still young, producing. But some parts are vanishing. No reproduction. Vanishing. That is why decaying, our hair getting white or losing, our skin is wrinkling, changing, all the parts of the body decaying. Some parts, some things, some sections are decaying, no new production. Vaya dhammanupassi means decaying. Samudaya dhammanupassi means arising. We see with our wisdom this condition, this nature, arising and passing away. The things in our body and also outside, external things are in the same position. Samudaya dhammanupassiva kayasmin viharati atthikayoti va panassa sati paccupatthita hoti yavadeva jnana mattaya patissati mattaya anissito cha viharati nacha kinchi loke upadiyati evam piko bhikkhave bhikkhu kaye kayanupassi viharati. See the red line. Anissito cha viharati nacha kinchi loke upadiyati. He will not cling on anything in this world, in this universe. Anissito, not associated. He will not associate with other objects. He always thinking they are impermanent, full of suffering and selfless. Anicca dukkha anatta. Nacha kinchi loke upadiyati. Nothing is taken as his own. He will not have any clinging on anything, any person. Nacha kinchi loke upadiyati. Upadiyati means attach seriously. Upadiyati. Think them as his own. If you have got upadana. Upadana means clinging seriously. We should not cling on these things. In this manner, the person, my disciple, think about his own body, meditate on his body. Kaye kaya anupassi viharati. Kaya anupassi viharati. He is living, looking at his own body, thinking about the three characteristics. Thus he dwells observing body internally, or he dwells observing body in body externally. or he dwells observing body in body, both internally and externally. Thus he dwells observing the phenomenon of arising in the body. Thus he dwells observing the phenomenon of passing away in the body. Thus he dwells observing the phenomenon of arising and passing away in the body. Now his awareness is established. This is body. Thus he develops his awareness to such an extent that there is mere understanding alone with mere awareness. In this way he dwells detached. That word is important. In this way he dwells detached, without clinging towards anything in the world of mind and matter. This is how a monk dwells observing body in body. Kaye kayanupassī virati. In the Meghiya Sutta of the Uddana, the Buddha said, Anicca sanyino hi meghiya, anatta sanya santati, anatta sanyi asmimana samughatam papunati, ditteva dhamme Nibbanam. Anicca sanyino hi meghiya. Buddha addressed that young monk Meghiya, his name is Meghiya. You have to be there with the thought of impermanence. Anicca sanyi. If you developed this sign, this thought, Asmimana samughatam papunati. You will lose the idea of I and mine. You will remove that idea. I and mine. We are always thinking about I and mine. The things are mine. Here I am. So no use of those words I and mine in Buddhism. No use. We can't think this is I. This body is I. We can't think these things are mine. At the end of the philosophical vision, these words useless, meaningless, when we attain final goal. In one Meghiya who perceives impermanence, the perception of selflessness is established. One who perceives what's selfless means the uprooting of the pride of egotism in this very life. Ditteva dhamme means in this very life. No need to go to next birth. People are thinking, Buddhists are thinking, I will attain Nibbana in next birth. Postponed, no? Buddha said, Ditteva dhamme, you can realize this reality in this birth. You can become Arahant in this life itself. No need to go to next birth. Similes to understand impermanence. I have taken some general things to explain anicca. Here, few similes. The Buddha gives 5 very striking similes to illustrate the ephemeral nature of the 5 aggregates. Pena pindopamam rupam, pena pindopamam rupam, vedana bubbulopama, marichikopama sanya, sankhara kadalupama, mayupamancha viññānaṁ desitādicca bandhuna. Adicca bandhu means Buddha. Adicca bandhu is a nickname to the Buddha. He has explained in this way. He compares material form to a lump of foam, pena pinda, lump of form. Feeling, vedana, to a bubble, destroying moment by moment. Bubbles are destroying moment by moment. Perception, sanya, to a mirage, mental formation, sankhara, to a plantain trunk which is pithless, without heartwood, and consciousness, vijnana, to an illusion, and asked, what essence, monks, could there be in a lump of foam, in a bubble, in a mirage, in a plantain trunk, in an illusion? Similar to these things. Five aggregates are similar to these things. No essence. Whatever material form there be, whatever past, future or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, low or lofty, far and near, far or near, that material form the monk sees, meditates upon, examines with systematic attention. He thus seen, meditating upon, and examine with systematic attention, would find it empty. He would find it unsubstantial and without essence. What essence, monks, could there be in material form? We think about past objects, whatever we have experienced. We think about present objects, and we take into our consideration the future objects, future things. The things which are connected to the three times are taking into the consideration in vipassana meditation. All those things are having three characteristics: anicca, dukkha and anatta. Emptiness, uselessness in all. Continuing, the Buddha says, Evameva ko bhikkhave yang kinchi rupang atita nagata pachupannang yang dure santikeva tang bhikkhu passati nijjayati yoniso upaparikkati tassa tang passato nijjayato yoniso upaparikkato rittakanyeva khayati tuchchakanyeva khayati asarakanyeva khayati kinhisiya bhikkhave rupe saro. This is the Pali expression which I have explained in early side. Evameva ko bhikkhave yang kinchi rupang atita anagata pachuppan. If there's a form connected to the past, present and future. Atita means past, anagata means future, pachuppanna means present. Yan dureva santikeva, near and far. Dura means far. Santika means near. Passati, nijjayati, yoniso upaparikkati. The disciple think about those objects, those things with three characteristics, using his wisdom. Tassatam passato nijjayato. He who meditates on these objects, yoniso upaparikkato, check with clear mind. Rittakang eva khayati, he will experience it or them as empty. Rittaka means empty. Nothing. Nothing is there. Tuchchakang eva khayati. Khayati means understand or experience as empty, useless. Tuchcha means useless. Asarakang eva khayati. No essence. Sara means essence. No essence. Kinyisiya bhikkhave rupe saro. If it is so, where is the essence in this form, in this body? Think in this manner. Aggregates are impermanent. The Buddha speaks in the same manner of the remaining aggregates and asks, what essence, monks, could there be in feeling, Vedana, in perception, Sanya, in mental formation, Sanskara, and in consciousness, Vijnana? This is mentioned in Sangyutta Nikaya. Nacha nacha anyo. This expression is very important. You know, earlier in this Buddhist Maha Vihara, I have seen one of old person, Sister Kema, what is his name? Uncle Vijay. He is always reciting this line. Nacha nacha anyo. He has read the book What the Buddha Taught, written by Valpola Rahula Thero. He has remembered this line. When we meet, he recites this line. Nacha nacha anyo. Very good meaning is there. It is wrong to say that the doer of the deed is the same as the one who experiences its results. It is equally wrong to say that the doer of the deed and the one who experiences its results are two different persons. Can you understand the meaning of this expression? When I come here, there were different people here. Now, again different. You have decayed. The formation of your body is changed. It was changed. Moment by moment, it is changing. So, that idea is given here. The doer is another person. The experience of the result is another person. But not the different person. They are the same. The result is experiencing by that person. He has done that action and he is experiencing that result. Philosophical expression. We have to consider more. Please remember this line as that uncle reminded. Nacha nacha anyo. Because some monks asked from the Buddha, is the same the person who are experiencing the results in their actions? Various kinds of activities are doing the beings. They leave this birth and they go take another birth. So that person is same person or different person? Some monks and lay persons asked from the Buddha. Buddha said, Nacha nacha anyo. Nacha nacha anyo. He is not the same person, but he is the same person. Yeah, let's learn more about this theory. By accepting the theory of causation and conditionality, Buddhism avoids the two extremes of Sabbam Atti, everything is, and Sabbam Natti, everything is not, and advocates Sabbam Bhavati. This is the technical term used by Buddha, Sabbam Bhavati, everything becomes. Everything is dependent on the cause and effect system theory. Happens by way of cause and effect. That is the basic teaching of the Buddha. No extremes. Buddhism avoids the two extremes of Niyativada, determinism, and Ahetu Appacchevada, indeterminism. Niyativada is absolutely predetermined. Ahetu Appacchevada is that everything happens without reference to any cause of condition. Three characteristics. Sabbe sankhara anicca, sabbe sankhara dukkha, sabbe sankhara anatta, anicca, dukkha, anatta. All the objects and the beings are faced into these three characteristics, even you and me. Sankhara, very, very difficult to understand. Many meanings of this term, sankhara, as I have explained earlier. You have to remember three meanings. One is thoughts, sankhara. One meaning is thoughts, sankhara. The other meaning is the things originated with the support of causes. The things originated with the support of causes, sankhara. It means everything, animate and inanimate objects, all the things are named as sankhara. Third meaning, merits, demerits and the accumulated things using our mind. Merits, demerits, punyabhi sankhara, apunyabhi sankhara, aninjabhi sankhara. It is explained in many suttas. Punyabhi sankhara means merits, apunyabhi sankhara means demerits, sins. Aninjabhi sankhara means the jhanas, which are cause for the lone life in Brahma, Arupavachara Brahma world. Rupavachara things are connected to the punyabhi sankhara. That is why the only aninjabhi sankhara is connected to the arupavachara jhanas. When we develop our mind, the mind goes up and up according to our objects, meditative objects. The mind goes up and up. So when we meditate on arupa vachara, formless objects, our mind becomes very peaceful and calm one. It reaches to the higher state of the mind. If we die with that mind, we get birth in Brahma world, Arupavachara Brahma world. Arupa means no form. Mind is there, but form is very subtle. Without form, mind cannot be remained. There should be a form or body. When we pass away, sometimes we get a subtle body, not hard body, gross body. Subtle, can move even in this hall without seeing other persons. That much subtle. It is called manokaya, astral body. Have you heard it? Astral body. When we meditate, sometimes we can see it. We can experience. Here I am meditating, thinking on breathing system. Sometimes I will see in front of me, oh, he is breathing. I am not here. I am there, meditating. Very subtle body is there in front of me, meditating. That is the astral body. One can move using that body. But it is dangerous. As Balangoda Ananda Maitreya Thera mentioned, sometimes we can't come back. Then here we will experience the death. No more. Don't try for that. Just go out and then come back soon while you are meditating. I have experienced that astral body. That's why I am explaining it. In Brahma, Arupavachara Brahma world, no gross body, no hard body. There is a subtle body. The mind is there. They are meditating furthermore. Sometimes they will attain higher spiritual positions in that world. Aninjabhi sankhara. So now you have clearly understand three meanings of sankhara. One is thoughts. The other one is the things which are originated with the support of causes, connected to the causes. Third one is accumulations, merits, demerits and jhanas or deep absorptions. Jhana means deep absorptions. Now we will move to next Mahaparinibbana Sutta and Mahasudassana Sutta. Evam bhikkhave sankhara anicca. Evam bhikkhave sankhara addhuva. Yavam chidam bhikkhave sabba sankharesu alang nibbinditum alam virajjitum. Buddha said, in this manner you have to think about the sankharas. Sankhara. All the sankharas face into the impermanency, suffering and selflessness. Sabbe sankhara anicca. Sabba sankharesu aniccanupassī vihirata. Buddha advised to disciples, Sabba sankharesu aniccanupassī vihirata. Live with the thought of impermanency. On all the sankharas, all the formations, it is better to disgust. Nibbinditum, alam nibbinditum means it is better to disgust on these objects. Thinking about three characteristics. Alang virajjitum, it is better to detach from all those things. That is the way to final goal. Ayang cha bhikkhave maha pathavi, ayang cha maha samuddo, sineru cha pabbata raja, addhai santi, sussusanti, vinasisanti, kopana bhikkhave saddhata, komanta anyatra ditta padehi. Buddha explained, this great earth also will vanish one day. Mahapatavi, this great earth, will end one day. Mahasamuddu, the sea, the great ocean, will vanish one day. Sinerucha Pabbata Raja, there's a big mountain named Sineru, big rock. That one also will vanish one day. Uddaisanti will become ashes, or will destroy. Sussusanti will the ocean will dry up. Vinasisanti, all these objects will be destroyed. Kopana bhikkhave saddhata, who will believe this? Saddhata means believe. Who will believe? Ko manta, who will discuss about these facts? Manta, who will talk? People can't imagine the destruction of this earth, this big earth, great earth, never happen. It will never happen. People can't believe that, but Buddha said it will be such kind of destruction. There will be such kind of destruction. Anyatra ditta padehi. This condition will see only by the Arahants and Buddhas. Ditta pada means Arahants, nickname for the Arahants. Ditta pada. He has seen the reality of all the phenomenon things. Ditta pada. The theory of Kema. Kema is here. See, queen of King Bimbisara. Now, wife of Dhammapala. Kema is the queen of King Bimbisara. Buddha addressed Kema. Aturam asuchim putim passa keme samussayam uggarantang paggarantang balanang adhipattitam. Kema, look at the body that is afflicted with pain, impure, putrid, discharging impurities upwards and downwards, which foolish persons take so much delight in. This is the expression of the Buddha. I will explain more. Buddha recited more verses few more verses, please see the meaning. Cultivate the mind to get fixed on an object of meditation, so as to be able to perceive the loathsomeness of the body. Let you be mindful of the 32 aspects, continuant parts of the body. Let there be wariness about them. Asubha, the thoughts of Asubha must be considered. Kema, just as the body of this woman by my side breaks up, so too will your body break up. When the Kema came to the Buddha, Buddha created the form of a woman, very beautiful form of a woman, because Kema was very proud of her beauty. Didn't reach to the Buddha. Buddha wanted to explain the reality of body, though it was very beautiful. And just as your body seemed attractive for a while before death, so to the body of this woman by my side looked attractive before she died. Therefore, give up attachment to the body both internally and externally. Cultivate the perception of insubstantiality, nothing closely, the rising and falling of phenomena. Give up the notion of a self. By doing so, you will quell the fires burning in you and reach Nibbana. There are fires with us. Raga, dosa, moha, jati, jara, marana, dukkha, domanasa, upayasa, etc. There are 11 kinds of fires connected to our life, burning, always burning. Just as the spider follows the web of its own making, so also sentient beings who have attachment follow the stream of defilements that are of their own making. The wise do not have any desire or regard for sense pleasures, but cut off the stream of defilements and go forth to Nibbana. Here again Kema story. Kema was a beautiful woman and one of the principal wives of King Bimbisara of Magadha, a large kingdom in what is now northern India. It's said that Queen Kema loved beauty above all things, especially her own. King Bimbisara admired the Buddha and he cared enough about Kema to want her to appreciate him. Also, he enticed her to visit Anathapindika's monastery in Jeta Grove, where the Buddha was staying. By praising the beauty of its garden, she didn't know she was going to hear the Buddha speak. She didn't like to speak the words of the Buddha because Buddha was always explaining impermanence of the body, decaying and those things. Kema didn't want to listen such kind of words because he is very proud of her body, beauty of body. When Kema realized she would be forced into hearing a sermon, she was annoyed. But as the Buddha spoke, Kema noticed a woman standing next to him who was even more beautiful than she was. Kema was astonished and envious. But as Kema watched the woman age before her eyes, her skin wrinkled, her hair grayed, her body saged. Kema realized his vision was a message to her that her beauty and privilege were just temporary conditions that would soon crumble away. Kema became absorbed in the Buddha's words, and she passed through all the stages of enlightenment and became an arahant that very day. The Buddha told King Bimbisara that Kema must either die and pass to final nirvana, paranirvana, or she could live and be ordained a nun. the king gave permission for Kema to be ordained. If you have noticed that people in these old stories from early Buddhist scriptures realize enlightenment awfully easily. This is usually explained by the wisdom this individual developed in past lives. You know, some devotees, disciples attained arahanthood hearing one word, seen some examples. So we are hearing Dhamma for a long time, we are practicing meditation. We are not attaining arahanthood. We are not attaining Sotapatti, Sakadagami, Anagami positions. What is the reason? We haven't developed our wisdom that much. Those persons have developed their wisdom for hundreds of births, many births. They have developed and they have got matured wisdom. That is why at once they attained arahanthood. When we consider about the Sariputta, his lay name is Upatissa. Ye Dhamma hetu pabhava tesang hetung tathagato aha. Hearing these 2 lines, he became Sotapatti. Only 2 lines. So, we have to develop our wisdom in this birth. Then we also will experience the same condition at once. Hearing 1 line of the Buddha or understanding the reality, seeing something as impermanent or suffering and selfless, we will get higher positions. We will become arahants quickly. In Kema's prior lives appear in some of the Jataka tales, usually as a virtuous woman and benefactor of the Sangha. She has practiced lots of skills related to the Buddhist order. That is why he attained arahanthood here in those verses. Now here the conclusion. Existence does not consist of an eternal substance, mental or material, but is composed of a variety of constantly changing factors, is the conclusion that can be drawn from the analysis into khandhas, ayatanas, dhatus and dhammas. There are various kinds of facts given in this Buddhism, 5 aggregates, 5 sense organs, 5 sensual objects and many other elements and dhammas. All are to be considered as impermanent, suffering and selflessness. Saying these words, I would like to wind up my Dhamma talk. May you all attain Nibbana as soon as possible, developing, cultivating wisdom into a higher level, higher position. Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. Any questions?
If everything is impermanent, why is it that our mind don't die? It continues to move from one life to another. Why can't it just die off on its own, just like everything else? And in the process of rebirth, can it be a case where the energy of the mind couldn't find a new body or new form to continue, and then it disappears? Or I don't know what happened to it.
Okay, a good question. Yeah, actually, mind is also changing moment by moment. It is not the same mind moving to the next birth. It is facing to the impermanency, changing and changing. That is why Buddha said this vijnana is not moving to next birth. It is a different one. And nachaso nachanyo also can be applied here. But there's a connection with this mind. You see, when we develop our mind in this life, mind and wisdom, it is not losing when we die. When we die, it is moving to next birth we start our work where we have stopped. I have developed my mind in a higher level, but I haven't attained to the final goal yet. I go to next birth. Should I start from the beginning? No. I have already started the work. I will start from the place where I have stopped. It is connected, but not the same. It is changing. Mind also changing, consciousness also changing. Everything is changing. So, when we get birth in another womb, our mind is, our vijnana is connected to that birth. But not the same one. That is nacha so nacha anyo. Any other question?
Just my earlier second question was, can it be a case where the energy of the mind couldn't find another form to rebirth in, and so it lapsed?
It means, can we find a place?
It just couldn't find a place to continue, and so it lapsed. Can that be a case?
We can't find a place. Now I like to get birth in the heaven, no? So I like to get birth in the human world again. We can't decide ourselves. It is decided by the karmic force and our cravings, all those previous seeds. It is decided. With the support of all those seeds, the place will be decided. I can't decide. If I am doing good things in this birth, I think I will get birth in the heaven. Can you guess you will get birth in the heaven? Can't. Buddha said, sometimes in previous births we have done lots of demerits, sins. They will come forward. Then we will take into the hell. In this birth we have accumulated lots of merits. But next birth I will go to the hell. What to do? Because of previous bad karmas. And there may be another person. He is doing wrong things in this birth. He is accumulating demerits in this birth. But he will go to the heaven after the death. What is the reason? We think, he will get birth in hell. It is 100% sure, because he did very bad things and wrong things in this life. Sure, he will get birth in the hell. But he will go to the heaven. How? He has done lots of merits in previous births. The result is getting birth in the heaven without taking into consideration the bad things done in this life. It is itself decided. We can't decide the place where we get birth after the death.
Yeah, Bhante, one question.
Okay.
Like you mentioned just now, is something like so-called Mahakamma Vibhanga Sutta, saying that there's four possibility: do good and then rebirth good, then do good, rebirth bad, and do bad, rebirth good, and do bad, rebirth at the bad one. So it's something like there's no guarantee of where the next rebirth is going to happening, but there's one some of the Bhante say that only the guarantee in the Buddhism maybe need to achieve the Sotapaddi path. That's only guarantee that you can have a safe journey in the next or subsequent life. Is that true?
Yeah, it is correct. The Sotapatti persons who has attained the Sotapatti position, he will not go to the hell. He will get birth in good places, maybe in heaven, in Brahma world, or in human world. But he also can't say the exact place. Even Sotapatti person can't say exact place. He will get birth in heaven. He will get birth in Brahma world, or he will get birth in human world. Within these three realms, he will get birth. Sugati. It is named as Sugati. He will not get birth in the hells. It is true. The other persons can't say whether he will go to hell or heaven. That is the answer.
Okay, thank you, Bhante. Because like the Buddhism, some people thinking that there's something like you do or not doing, there's no solution to it. If let's say the people don't know the proper path, because we just got to take the whatever karma that come upon us. But if let's say someone knowing it, meaning that it will propagate the teaching of the Sotapatti, that can liberate for sure. So that's a so-called solution to all the problems.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it's true. So let's transfer merits to the gods and relatives. May the gods get pleasurable positions with the support of this merit. We transfer merits to the gods. May they protect all the beings. May the gods attain final goal as they wish, and also the departed ones will accept our merits with the help of these merits. May they get good birth, happy and peaceful life, and birth in this birth cycle. And also we would like to give our blessings to our parents, our family members, and other relatives and other persons in this world. May they all get peaceful and happy life. May the sorrow and other difficulties remove from all those persons. And with the support of this merit, may we get a successful life, long life, healthy life, and wealthy life. May we reach to the good positions in this birth and in next birth. Finally, we will attain Nibbana with this very great Dhamma Dana. We and the supporters get good life in this birth and in next birth. May all we attain final goal with the support of this merit. Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabba rogo vinassatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te. Bless of triple gems. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.